Hi everyone, David McDonald here from Vitality Fitness Calgary. We're going to talk to you a little bit about plateaus, more specifically weight loss plateaus. So at some point during your journey to lose weight, to get to your goal weight, you're probably going to hit a plateau along the way. Happens to everybody, happens to the best of us. Now, there's a couple things that you want to keep in mind when you've hit a plateau and how to go from there and what steps you want to take to break through that plateau. So I hit a plateau. Now what? So I'm going to go over a couple tips with you guys, and once we're done this video, you're going to walk away with some strategies you can use next time you hit a plateau. So, first thing you always want to look at when you've hit a plateau is compliance. I'm going to explain what compliance means. So, more often than not, when someone hits a plateau, they hit a plateau because they're just not following their plan. Okay, they're not following their meal plan, they're not following their exercise program. So someone might hit a plateau and they might panic and they might be like, oh my God, I got to change this, and this. When in reality, they just need to step back and they need to say, okay, have I been following my plan? Okay. Now, very, very important when you're looking at compliance is, are you following your exercise program that's been laid out for you? Are you following your nutrition program that's been laid out for you? And are you following consistently? So by consistently, I mean you're following it for weeks and months on that. Okay, and it's consistent from week to week, month to month. Okay, so the best way to understand and to see if you are being compliant with your workouts and your nutrition is to start logging them. So when you do a workout, you can write this down on a notebook, you can put it in your iPhone, you can put it in your iPad or in your laptop, just tracking what you've done for your workout and how long it was and what it consisted of. So that's the biggest thing, is tracking your workouts and how many you're doing each week and what you're doing in those workouts and at what intensity. So compliance with workouts and then compliance with nutrition is the second part. So the best way to do compliance with nutrition is to either do a food journal, so writing down what you eat, what you drink on a daily basis. You don't have to do it on a daily basis. You could do it a couple days a week, and that would give you a pretty good overall picture of where you're at. You could also track it in your iPhone. You could track it using MyFitnessPal. So compliance is really, really important. You could see a dietitian or a nutritionist and give them your food log. You could do the same thing with a trainer. So you always want to make sure that you're following the plan that's been set out to help you reach your goals before you change anything else. If you are following everything else, then you can go to step 2. If you're not, the biggest thing is to get compliant with everything and then follow that plan for at least 4 to 6 weeks and follow it consistently. It's the number one thing you want to do before you change anything else. Okay? So let's say we have a client that's been compliant with their nutrition and their exercise program and they're still hitting a plateau. We're going to go to step 2. Okay? So step 2, what I like to do in this case is I like to increase activity. Okay? I like to increase activity first because I like to get them burning calories more often and more frequently throughout the week. I don't like to manipulate food intake right away because I want to make sure that they're maintaining lean muscle tissue, and I also want to make sure that their metabolism is functioning in a healthy manner. So I don't want to drop metabolism, because remember from our previous videos, if you lower calories, you are going to lower metabolism. So very, very important that you increase activity first before you drop calories. Okay, so that's going to be the first thing, is increasing that activity. That can come from a multitude of areas. Generally, what that's going to entail is maybe adding in another day of boot camp, maybe another day of weights, maybe another day of interval cardio. It's going to really depend on the person and what their plan looks like. So increasing activity, and I would increase it by at least 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes if you're doing interval cardio. If you're doing weights, increasing it by another hour. Okay? If you're doing any kind of longer, slower cardio, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, you want to increase them. So increasing activity is number 2. Now, let's say we've done that, we're compliant, we've increased activity, we're still seeing a plateau. Okay, that's something, the next thing we would possibly look at doing is manipulating food intake. So changing food. So this is going to depend on a few things. You don't want to drop their weight too much. Or sorry, we don't want to drop their calories too much, to drop their metabolism too much. So changing food intake could be a multitude of things. Let's say, for example, we have a lady who is 150 pounds. Let's say she was eating 1,500 calories a day, and let's say that she's dropped 20 pounds, and she's on 130. Okay, she's at 130 pounds, and she's hit a plateau, and maybe she wants to get to 125, 120. Okay, and she's still eating 1,500 calories. We've upped her activity level. Okay, we've ensured that she's compliant. Okay. Next thing we're going to look at is food. So for someone like her, dropping the calories would make sense because she is eating more than body weight times 10. Okay, and she has hit a plateau while we've ensured she's compliant and she's doing that physical activity. Okay, so that's going to be the next thing we're probably going to change, is dropping her calories down anywhere from 150 to 200 per day. Okay, so that means we would drop her down to about 1,300 to 1,350. Okay, and then we would go from there. Okay, so that's how you want to navigate through those plateaus. Okay, is you want to first increase activity. Okay, well actually, sorry, first make sure clients are compliant, then increase activity. Okay, then look at making food changes. Now on the flip side to that, we might have someone who actually needs to up their calories. So again, knowing your caloric intakes can be really important. So let's say we had that same lady who was 150 pounds, and let's say that she had been under eating for a while, and she'd been eating 1,300 calories, and she still managed to lose her weight, but now she's plateauing. So she's been on 1,300 calories for a long time. Okay, we can't drop her down anymore because we never want to go below body weight times 10. So that would be a case where number 1 and number 2 are intact. She's been on low calories for far too long. In that case, we would actually want to increase her calories to stimulate her metabolism again. So we would probably want to up her back to 1,500 in that range. Okay, it's going to take a bit of trial and error. So you guys can see that it can get a little bit complicated once you get a plateau. Okay? But the big thing is you got to make sure you have compliance. And for activity level, I'm talking about adding in the maximum amount of activity level you're able to do. So what I would do with this, depending on the commitment level of the client, is I would max this out at 6 days a week. So I would try to get them up to about 5 to 6 days a week of activity before I even look at making any kind of nutrition change down here. Okay, now let's say all 3 of these have been done and the client still isn't seeing changes. Okay, that's clearly telling me that something's going on from a hormone standpoint or a biology standpoint. So her hormone levels might be off. She might have had some kind of metabolic damage. So in that case, that's a more serious issue. She would need to get referred out to someone, referred out to a naturopathic doctor, or get referred out to someone who specializes in working with metabolism and hormone levels. So that's something too to keep in mind, that if you've made all these changes and you've made them honestly and you're still not seeing change, then it's probably a hormone or a metabolic issue that you have to get looked at by a doctor. So hope this helped, guys. These are steps you want to go through if you've hit a plateau with your weight loss. Thanks so much for watching.